Okay, so it is garden time. Okay, so a couple days ago, Steve had 3 cysts removed off his back, and so that is putting him out of commission for 10 days. He's unable to lift and or do tractor work. So we're gonna take the bandages off. It's been a couple days, so we can take these off and clean the wounds and put new band-aids on. So I have no idea how gross this is gonna look. Viewers beware. Oh, I don't know. Stitches will come out in 10 days or so. I'll have to go back and get those removed. Okay. All right.
Is that it?
Last bandages. Now there's little strips covering up the actual stitches, so I'm not sure if those are gonna, I'm assuming those aren't sticky, but they could be stuck because of the blood that was on there. So here we go.
Everything off now?
Yep, everything's off.
How's it look?
Looks okay, I guess.
It's okay.
It's not red really, so that's good. All right. What do you think? Does it feel better? Have the band-aids off? Sorry, that was hard to get them off. They're so sticky. Alright, clean them up and then we'll cover them up, okay? Okay, so it is garden time. It's time to get the garden planted. Before we do that though, I would like to till the garden one more time. And with Steve out of commission, that leaves the job to me. So let's get started. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I have trouble making my rows straight, but I don't think that's gonna make any difference. Next, I'm gonna make some rows from the field going down and making the paths using the tire tractor. It's helped last year with all the water that runs off of that field, kind of runs down through those paths down to the culvert that's down here at the bottom of the garden. So we're gonna go ahead and make those paths next. potatoes. These are potatoes left over from last year that we harvested. We've had them in the cellar all winter, and this is what they look like now after months and months of storing down there. Pretty crazy. Down. Just go back and forth. Okay? Put a potato in there.
Give me a couple.
And I'll come back and bury it. Okay? See that? So what? You got two places you need to watch. Make sure you don't come off the edge. Okay? Make sure you don't set it here like this. And then make sure that you match up with that line from that other ring. Okay? Okay. Alrighty?
Yep. And you'll come back and bury it.
And I'll come back and bury it. You just make the circles, drop the potatoes in, and then I'll come back.
But I don't have any more potatoes.
I think your brother was gonna go get some.
So far, all these rows are red potatoes. So Caleb's gonna stick sticks in the ground and hammer them so we can mark them. Go ahead and stick us that stick in the ground there, Caleb.
I gotta reload now.
You gonna hammer that one a little first? Okay, do the next one.
There. So right here.
Yep, right there. Hammer it in, and then we can mark that and say red potatoes. Hammer it a little bit. Okay, so it has been exactly 2 weeks since Patience planted the garden. I'm starting to feel much better. I was trying to video while Patience planted the garden, and I wasn't able to video all of it. I only actually got the potatoes videoed, so I apologize. We don't have any video of the rest of the garden being planted, but I'm going to go up there right now and show you what it looks like after 2 weeks of being planted. And then she also planted a strawberry bed, which we got a little bit of video putting the fence up around that. So we'll show that then after that, but here we go. I'll show you what the garden looks like. Okay, so these first 5 or 6 rows are all red potatoes, or these 5 or 6 beds. We have a lot of weeds growing in here from the fact that we got this compost from somewhere else. But here's a good example of a potato coming up. You know, and then all this other stuff we'll have to pick out. Got quite a few potatoes coming up. Little cute potatoes, red potatoes. It looks like pretty much all of them are going to come up. It's a little hard to see them right now because they're not very big, and there is a lot of weeds that will need to be pulled here in just a minute, but we will get to those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full beds of red potatoes, and then we have some purple potatoes down here on the end, and this is kind of cool. You can definitely actually see purple in the leaves there as well. These are purple potatoes. Kind of cool. So we've got about 8 purple potatoes here down on the end. And those are all coming up real nice. Again, we have lots of weeds to pull, and we'll get to that. Then we have a row of turnips. Here's the stakes that Caleb pounded in. So we've got a whole row of turnips coming up real nice. We've got some Brussels sprouts that Patience had started in the middle there. I'll walk down and... So here's some Brussels sprouts. A little bit hard to see, but there's one. Let's see, here was another good one. Here's another one that's growing. Brussels sprout right there. Here's another one on the other side of this fan here. So those Patience had started inside of the cabin porch and transplanted them out here, and we're hoping they'll keep going. Let's see here, what else do we have next? We have a whole bunch of peppers. series of peppers. We've got peppers, and then there's another stick, more peppers, another stick, there's more peppers. And I think some garlic down here in between them. We're not sure how well the garlic will do. We didn't plant it last fall. I'm pretty sure this is garlic in the middle. And then we have a bunch of different pepper plants that haven't come up or we can't identify them yet. It's not been warm enough quite yet. We'll get a lot of warm soil here, a lot of warm air here the next week. It's not going to rain very much. Obviously it's been raining a lot. You can see we have a lot of water everywhere still. Okay, so then we have carrots, which obviously we won't be able to see for a while and identify. So this bed's going to be really hard because we won't be able to pick out any of the weeds here until we can identify the carrots. Then we have 2 beds of onions. So 1 bed of yellow onions here. We planted from onion bulbs. And 1 bed here. These are red onions, also from onion bulbs. And then we have a whole bunch of lettuces. So you can see down here in this row, you can see when stuff's planted in a row, it's obviously what we did. So you can see there, right there, you can just barely make out a row. So that's lettuce, and there's a row on the other side. Let's come back down here. And then we have some peas here, which is going to be kind of hard to see them among the weeds right now. But I think we have some of them coming up. Here's probably one for, I think that's one right there. I'm not sure exactly where in this bed she planted them. And then we have some other things down the end. And then we get into some beans. So we have some black beans and some red beans down here. And the beans are doing really good. And these were started from seed. Obviously it's early in the morning, so they're feeling a little bit cold and damp right now. Let's see if we can see which beans these are. It just says bean, I think, so I can't tell for sure which ones they are. But we've got some green beans back here as well. Black beans, red beans, and green beans. And then more beans here, but you can't really see them yet. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we got some tomato plants that we tried here. We'll see if those come up. Got some tomato plants. I think more tomatoes here. Obviously those haven't come up yet. The soil's not quite warm enough. Then we've got some empty beds. I think she has some more things she was going to plant today. And then down here we have our pumpkins and our watermelons. And the pumpkins aren't doing so well because the soil is very wet. Excuse me. The soil is wet and they didn't like transplanting very well. But they are just slowly coming back. You can see this one is already flowering, even though it's going to have to regrow new leaves here. But the soil is so wet. We're not supposed to get rain now for a couple days, more than a week. And so I think these pumpkin plants will come back and do pretty okay. And we probably have some zucchini or squash down there on the end. But so it's a work in progress. Next we have to put a fence up around this. We'll go ahead and show the video now of making the strawberry patch. I'll go over there and get a quick video of that so you can see what it looks like now. And then we have a video of her putting the fence around it because we could just use a tripod for that. So we'll show you all of that. Okay, so we have 3 raised beds over here outside of the garden and kind of in the shade. I think she has some kale planted and some, I don't remember. I think some broccoli over here and some cabbage maybe. And some kale back there in the back. And then over here we have strawberries and shard, and I can show you the strawberries. And these we did bias starters, and we put them in the bed, and the first night the rabbits ate all the leaves, so that's when Patience went ahead and put up the fencing here. And then this is, I believe, her shard. I'm not sure it's rainbow shard, it might be just a green shard. I don't think she likes the red of the rainbow shard, but I'm pretty sure those are shard. And that is our garden. So one of the projects Patience worked on while I was out of commission was organizing our porch. We usually store wood in here in the winter so that it's nice and close to our door, so that if we weren't able to go outside, or if it was really, really cold, or we were snowed in, we wouldn't have to trudge through the snow or go out in minus 25 or minus 30 degree weather for very far to get to our wood. So we keep our wood in here in the winter, but then in the summer, in the spring, and the fall, we transform it back into kind of like our porch. And so Patience did a whole bunch of work to organize this. We keep a little bit of wood in here for the outdoor cook stove that as a video is coming up on soon. And then she built a shelf and another shelf and another shelf. And so I'll just show you all that stuff really quick. I think it's kind of cool. She did a really good job. So here's a shelf for my tools that we use often and the firewood underneath. She did comment that she's going to want to put the chainsaws up above maybe. So she built this shelf and then this neat one right here where it holds all of our boots. So it's just really easy to grab our boots there. Kind of works out well. And then we got all these blue bins for all of my stuff that I kind of throw around everywhere, and a bunch of my tools underneath. So kind of just, I just want to show that Patience did a really just nice job making all of this. So okay, so thanks so much for watching our video about planting our garden this year. That's that.